What's up, everybody? Hope you guys are enjoying your wonderful day. And of course, this will be another weather forecast as newly winter storm Nathaniel has been named. And we're going to be really watching out as this will start to bring in snow as early as Monday across portions of the Midwest and the plains. And by Tuesday and Wednesday, we'll bring in extremely heavy snow for the Mid-Atlantic and Northeast here. So we're watching for some big cities to get impacted like New York City, D.C., Baltimore, Detroit, Cleveland as well, all the way up to areas like Hartford, Connecticut, and even as far west as Kansas City and even Nebraska. So we're really watching out for a very large snowstorm here to bring in some dangerous icy conditions across the areas like the Ohio Valley and as well as the South Central. Like the Ozarks and that general region as well, watching for that extremely heavy snow, potential whiteout conditions for some areas here, and as well looking out for the big time flooding threat all the way down the southeast here from this system here. So definitely very interesting throughout this. But I will have another video later this evening here, so I'm going to have another double upload. But this is the latest forecast here according to the European here. So we're looking at extreme amounts of snow here for Chicago, Des Moines, and some other cities like Nebraska City. So we're talking for a very big Midwestern and Northeastern snowstorm. If you are new to the channel, of course, be sure to subscribe. I really appreciate our support. And as well, if you have any questions, be sure to put them in the comments below, and I'll do my best to respond to you. But let's go ahead and get into the forecast here. So here we are looking now at the winter weather advisories that we have in place according to the National Weather Service. So right now, the low pressure that's actually going to create Nathaniel is actually right now in the southwest here. So we have a low pressure developing the southwest right now, and it will gradually make its way up to the northeast, making its way northeast into the Midwest, where that cold front will help create a large, widespread snowstorm. But there you see, we have a few winter weather advisories right now across areas across the Rockies, in the southwest and the Four Corner states, and as well, a windstorm warning there in southern Wyoming here. But as well, we have a few winter weather advisories as we will start to see a minor snowstorm today. And that won't be Nathaniel. Actually, that one's just a minor snowstorm, has not been named. Nathaniel is the one that we're going to be talking about throughout this video here. So we have a few winter weather advisories for northern Iowa and southern Wisconsin and southern Minnesota. And that's just because we're missing a few inches here. Nothing major. A minor snowstorm here. Nothing at all to the extreme here. Obviously, I would have talked about it, of course. But here's looking now at the new GFS 12Z here for today. Just fully reloaded. So there's that low pressure. Again, like I've been saying, the low pressure will be right on the freezing line. So anything south of that low pressure, we'll be seeing some big time severe weather and extremely heavy rain. However, if you're to the northwest, that low pressure right there, that's where we'll be seeing that very heavy snow, because that's where that cold front will bring that cold air on the back end of that low pressure here. So we'll be seeing potential whiteout conditions for some regions here. We're actually going to be seeing some very strong winds because that low pressure will be quite strong, up to 996 millibars. So it will bring in some strong winds. 30 plus minor wind gusts are possible. Blizzard conditions, I wouldn't say that, but some whiteout conditions for a few minutes with some gusts is possible, but definitely not 3 hours of blizzard conditions to allow blizzard warnings to be issued. As we get later now into Tuesday morning here, the temperatures will continue to decrease across a more widespread region as the cold front gets closer to catching up to that low pressure. It starts to weaken a little bit, and the low pressure is at 999 millibars. However, it is still quite strong here, and as the temperatures do decrease, we will start to see that rain in the Mid-Atlantic to start to convert into ice and frozen precipitation there. But there you see that very heavy snow from Monday night to Tuesday morning across areas like Chicago, areas as well like maybe even Fort Wayne, and as well Des Moines and even St. Joseph, Missouri here. So we're talking much of the Midwest here. As we now continue now into Tuesday afternoon, really, we're going to start seeing, that's 1 p.m., 1 p.m. on Tuesday here, we're seeing that very heavy snow continuing now, getting into the afternoon. Some snow now for Detroit. Some snow continuing into Chicago. So it'll be a very large storm for Chicago for sure. And as well, some snow they're developing to areas like New York City, Allentown, and even like Syracuse here. And we're continuing to see that snow into areas like New York City all the way up to Wednesday morning at 7 a.m. Now, oops, I accidentally hit something. So here now we're going to be talking about now the European here. This as well as the new European 12Z, and this is what they have 60 hours out. Starting to see that snow developing across portions of the Midwest. They're up there like Nebraska, Kansas can get some snow. But it's, as that low pressure strengthens, that snow will continue to become very, very heavy here. Let me actually maybe move this way. That's probably the best idea. We're going to start seeing that, of course, very heavy snow across this whole region there in areas like Iowa, of course, areas as well into now Nebraska. So we're talking big cities like Des Moines, Iowa City, maybe even Waterloo, as well as even Nebraska City and Lincoln. We're talking some very widespread snow that can reach over half foot, and that'll continue to move eastward now as far as areas like Rockford, of course, into Illinois. And then it will continue down to Tuesday morning. That snow will become very widespread. However, it will become a lot lighter as that low pressure does start to move more eastward. So the precipitation really won't be as, as fast or as hard. So we're going to be starting to see that lighter snow across Nebraska and Iowa and portions of the Midwest. And it should basically move out by Wednesday here. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Oops, okay. So now this is, oops, oh my gosh, I can't control this. There we go. So here's looking now at the new, of course, European for the mid-Atlantic. So there you see that snow as early as 66 hours out. That snow will start to develop, of course, in the northern region of that low pressure. So there you see anything south of this really ice mix will be mainly above freezing. Anything above that mix will be mainly below freezing, whether it's 30, 29. It's going to be really close to being freezing here. But areas right here, we'll be seeing some big time flooding across areas like the Ohio Valley, Columbus, Cincinnati, Indianapolis. You guys are just going to miss out on the snow here. You guys are just too warm, basically, according to the temperature outlook. But there's that snow in areas like Des Moines, Chicago, as well as Rockford, all the way up into areas like Indiana. And the European has moved this a little bit more to the north, so areas like Milwaukee could get some snow. But there you see that snow stretching all the way from Missouri all the way to areas like New Jersey. So some snow developing potentially in areas like Philadelphia as early as the morning hours into Tuesday. So Philadelphia, you guys can get snow. Greencastle, Pittsburgh, you guys can get some snow there. And then that snow starts to really become a lot heavier for areas like Chicago, right in the bullseye, that heaviest snow there. Detroit, I mean, this could be Chicago's biggest storm in quite a while. Same thing for Detroit. It could be a very large system as well for like areas like Iowa, up to near 2 feet of snow is possible. And there you see that it kind of breaks off a little bit. So this is going to continue to bring in some heavier snow for Chicago. So Chicago, you guys may get some snow even longer as this kind of breaks off. So this backside of that system will continue to bring some snow. So we're talking 24 plus hours of snow potentially for Chicago. And then more to the east there, they see that snow across northeast there. Some snow for areas like New York City now to Tuesday and into like early Wednesday morning. Long Island, of course, areas as well, Syracuse off of Lake Huron. And then let's go ahead and move a little bit on. Then that snow kind of breaks off Chicago by Wednesday morning. And that snow is still there Wednesday morning for areas like the tri-state area, Allentown, New York City, Newark, Rochester, Syracuse. You guys are still getting a few snow showers later on into Wednesday. And then it'll kind of come to an end at this point, kind of fall apart and diminish. Snowfall totals for the Midwest, according to the European here, they continue to increase their snowfall totals. And look at that, up to near 2 feet of snow, 22 inches of snow there for areas like Nebraska City, Omaha, and Lincoln. This could be an absolute massive system, probably one of the biggest storms in this region in Nebraska in quite a while here, just north of Kansas City. We're going to be seeing up to 9 to 13 inches of snowfall, but Kansas City, you guys may get an inch if you're lucky. You guys are just missing that because you guys are right on that freezing line. That low pressure, you can kind of see the track of that low pressure. There's that track of that low pressure because obviously that low pressure, the low pressure's track is right on that freezing line here. So this is the gradual track of that low pressure. So anything just to the north of that track will get the heaviest snow, which is why which is why Des Moines may reach just maybe at a foot of snow, 11 to 12 inches of snow there, and then you see the heaviest snow as well into areas like northern Illinois, 7 to 12 inches of snowfall. But look at areas like northern Iowa, northern Nebraska, southern Wisconsin are just going to miss out because they're just too far from that low pressure's track. And even near half foot as well for Dodge City, and even a few inches there for areas like Denver, Colorado, 1 to 2 inches there. And then here's look now, of course, at the Mid-Atlantic. So there you see potentially up to maybe 3 to 5 inches of snow for Detroit. Not too shabby there. But look at that. Areas like Gary may get 12, 13 inches there in Indiana. Fort Wayne may get 4 or 6 inches. Areas like Auburn may get near 8 inches of snowfall there. 6 inches, maybe half foot for Toledo. And if we move more to the east here, there's that snow across areas like the northeast here. Looking at potentially maybe 4 inches for DC. So the European has also now increased their snowfall for DC, because just yesterday they took DC out of the snow. They only had like a trace. So now they're back to 4 inches here. So that is very, very interesting, something to see there. Out to near half foot for areas like southern and central Pennsylvania there, where we're going to be seeing that heavier snow there. But areas like near New York City, 1 to 3 inches if possible. But areas like as well Atlantic City may get an inch or so. So that's something very interesting here as well. Allentown maybe 3 inches if you're lucky. Philadelphia, you guys may get 5 inches if lucky as well. So something very interesting here. And as well, here's the GFS. I don't know, the GFS is going, I guess, full out. Up to 2 feet of snow in far northeastern Kansas near the border of Nebraska. So areas like Lincoln may get up to 7 to 10 inches of snowfall. But if you're right here, the tip there with the border of Missouri and Kansas, you guys may get 18 plus inches there. St. Joseph, an absolute massive storm is ahead of you guys. 9 to 18 inches of snowfall. Des Moines, looking at possibly a foot there, and stretching all the way areas into like Illinois, upper Illinois. You guys may get 10, 8 inches of snow, really, depending where you live. But of course, it's kind of staying out. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. It's kind of staying out of Wisconsin. It's kind of staying out of Minnesota. And here's looking now at the Mid-Atlantic. There you see up to 7 to 8 inches there near Kalamazoo in Michigan. Up to 3 to 4 inches there for Detroit. Again, nothing for Columbus, nothing at all for Indianapolis. And then look what the GFS shows now. They get as well DC back in the snow. Or actually, the GFS actually never took DC out of the snow. They just increased it. Up to now, maybe 1 to even 4 inches of snowfall there. But they're in the higher Appalachians there near the upper Virginia tip there in far northeastern West Virginia. We may get up to maybe 6 to 8 inches of snowfall there. And there you see, they do show a lot less snow though for areas like Philadelphia, only maybe an inch or so. But they get up to near half foot or more in areas that got smashed, obviously, earlier this year with this major snowstorm in December here. But maybe an inch there for New York City as well. So definitely something to keep in mind here. But hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys later tonight.